The following is a presentation of the Healthcare Facilities Network.
Hello, welcome to Healthcare Facilities Network. I am Peter Martin, your host, president of Gosselin Martin Associates. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to the network. Today's guest, or today's episode, we speak with Aiden. Aiden recently completed his sophomore year of college in electrical engineering. Aiden is an intern at Community Memorial Healthcare System out in California, and that's why we have him on the show, because he is an intern. And he was kind enough to give us about 15 minutes of his time to talk about his experiences thus far. He just started there, so our goal, hopefully, is to interview him now, which we have already done, so that wouldn't be a goal, but then to also speak with him in August at the conclusion of his internship to see what changed and what he's learned. So this is part one of a two-part series. What's interesting about Aiden, and again, I hope you watch this particular video, is he mentions in college his professors don't talk to the students about careers, engineering careers in healthcare facilities management. They do talk to them about other industries, other disciplines, other fields in which they may have a career. And I think that, that is why, this is an example of why we've created the Healthcare Facilities Network. It simply is not promoted enough that opportunities are available in healthcare facilities management. This is not a criticism of Aiden's professors at all, by the way. It is not meant that way. The discipline, the people who work in the discipline need to do a better job reaching people outside of healthcare facilities management. The people inside healthcare facilities management already know it's a great career and that it exists, but we need to amplify that. And that is why I really enjoy this conversation with Aiden, because potentially he is the next generation of leader. This piece is a companion piece. Hopefully you saw it. Recently we released episode 2 of Filling the Pipeline. We talk about internship challenges, and my group of healthcare facility management professionals speak about some of the challenges they have in filling those roles. And so we thought that, Aiden works for Robert Hacker, who's been on the network before. Robert said, hey, you want to talk to Aiden? He's an intern. And we thought that's great, because that's a perspective that we want to get on the network. As I said, we want to reach the people who are really young. We want to reach the mid-career people. And we want to reach the people who have tread on their feet. So this network is for all. So I hope you'll watch this discussion with Aiden. It's about 15 minutes long, and he does talk about other things in there. It gives a nice perspective. And if you are done with this episode, you want to watch Filling the Pipeline episode 2, Internship Challenges, I would encourage you to do that as well. So without further ado, let's flip it over to Aiden and my discussion with him.
Aiden, you are by far the youngest guest who has appeared on the Healthcare Facilities Network. This is my guest, Aiden Cornell. Aiden, welcome.
Hello, nice to be here.
Well, thank you for having me. So you might be wondering, if you're watching this video, hey, healthcare facilities management, everybody's retiring. You're looking for people. Everybody's got gray hair. Why is this young person? Why is this a young man on my screen? And so I thank Aiden for joining. Aiden is an intern out in California. And Aiden, before you can do a much better job introducing yourself than I am. Aiden, would you mind telling us a little bit who you are, what year you are in school, what you're majoring in, and where you are interning for the summer?
So my name's Aiden. I just finished my second year of electrical engineering at California State University in Northridge. And I'm here interning at Community Memorial Hospital in Ventura, California.
Excellent. Thank you, Aiden. So we have, as you may know, if you're a regular watcher to the Healthcare Facilities Network, you know that recently we released two shows about Filling the Pipeline. And in Filling the Pipeline, we talked a lot about internships, and we talked a lot about attracting younger people into the profession. And so Aiden is interning, as he said, out at Community Memorial Hospitals out in California. And the director there is a gentleman by the name of Robert Hacker, who you have seen on the Healthcare Facilities Network. So Robert said to me, hey, Aiden is interning with me for the summer. Would you want to talk to him about his experience. And Aiden, correct me, you just began your internship, correct?
Yeah, I just finished my first week.
Okay, so that's great. I said to Aiden before we started that there's no pressure at all. He's not supposed to know all the answers, and he's not supposed to have his life mapped out in front of him and all of those things. So I appreciate him joining. But when I was talking to Robert, he's like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we had Aiden on? So I am real happy to welcome Aiden, young college student. So you finished your second year of college. How's the college experience going for you?
Not quite what I expected, I guess. My school is much more of a commuter school.
Okay.
So yeah, a bit less connections there with people, and it's not quite an engineering school, but I'm making really good friends there with people that are, I guess, equally passionate of engineering as I am. So that's really nice.
That is nice. Why are you passionate about, I love your use of the term I'm passionate about engineering. Why do you say that? Why are you passionate about engineering?
I don't I don't really know entirely, I guess. I know I've always enjoyed making things, taking things apart.
Yep.
I remember either for Christmas or a birthday, I got a toolkit and I just started taking apart all kinds of things I had and wiring things back together to make it, I don't know, makes like a RC car go backwards instead of forward, but I don't know, that's the feeling of power after doing that. I really enjoy that.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great story. So passionate about engineering, and you're happy thus far with your selection. You said electrical engineering, correct?
Yes.
And you're happy with your choice so far?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how did you end up in this internship? Tell me a little bit about the process, or tell me, did you know about the healthcare system? How did this happen?
I really, so my mom, she also works at the hospital here, and she knew I was looking around for internships, and she wanted to, I guess, help me out. So she asked Robert if he knew of any available spots, and I guess the stars aligned. There's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And he needed a spot, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And so when your mom came to you and said, hey, we might be able to get you an internship at the hospital, what was your reaction to that?
I didn't really believe her. I've been applying for a few and I've never really gotten anything. So I thought, yeah, I'll apply. Nothing's really gonna happen, but you missed all the shots you don't take. So I guess I went for it, and now I'm here.
Absolutely. Do you know who said you miss all the shots you don't take?
No.
No,
I knew at some point, but I don't know right now.
And you know what I'm asking? I think it was either Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky, one of the two of them, who said.
I think it was Wayne Gretzky.
Was it Gretzky? Yeah.
I think so.
That's a great quote. I like that one. It's fun. Do you like hockey?
No.
I was watching the hockey game the other night, and Wayne Gretzky was on. And I hadn't seen him. I was like, wow, did he get old looking? But I guess somebody who hasn't seen me in years could see me on this and say, wow, did he get old looking? But anyway, that's not the point. So do you where were you applying for internships? What other industries were you applying to?
Mostly whatever. I know Southern California Edison, they have a few internships. I think I applied there. And then the Department of Defense, they had a good one that I was looking at. Those were the two I was looking at most and applied for.
Did you know prior to your mom mentioning this, or prior to going work, you've been there for a week. Did you know that did you know that engineering opportunities existed in hospitals? What did you know about the role, or, about facilities management in hospitals? Did you know anything?
I really didn't know anything.
Yeah. And that's par for the course. I mean, I think there's lots of folks who are unaware, and that's part of the problem, as I'm sure Robert's told you, that we're struggling with, is acknowledging that this role exists, and, passionate young engineers like you're in school now and you've got the world in front of you, just at least giving you some insight into this opportunity that exists out there in hospitals. I mean, there's hospitals in every community in the country. Do you, so what's your day like? And I know you've only been there a week, but what's a typical day been like so far for you?
Well, right now I've been mostly following a whole bunch of people around, just seeing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, I just helped change out a bunch of fire hoses around the building. The other day, for the last 2 days before, actually, the fire alarms weren't quite working so well, so they had me on fire watch, just walking around the whole building. Really helped me learn where everything was.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
What have your impressions been thus far?
I was honestly a bit surprised how much there was here. I guess I never really thought about, how many systems go into create a functioning hospital, or really any building for that matter. So yeah, it's really nice to, go into the basement, see all the all the boilers, all the equipment that's down there, and how it just runs the whole place.
That's a great insight to take away or to have right now. As you said, you were surprised by how much goes into it. Do you feel, and again, you're finishing your sophomore year, but as you look out, do you see how engineers could potentially like this career or be challenged by this type of a career?
I could definitely see that. It's a unique, I guess, a unique unique perspective that isn't really. I haven't really learned much about this in like schools or any of my classes or anything. So yeah, I think it definitely could be or would be a unique challenge for engineers, because I guess you don't hear too much about it.
Right. Do you bring up that point? Do you hear about other potential industries in school, or you just, you're kind of, grinding day to day in the engineering curriculum and getting through that? Do you hear about other industries, or is it more just dealing with your core work?
I definitely do hear about a lot of other industries, especially when taking like some of my lower requirements for the upper classes, like chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
The chemistry professors, they know that there's a lot of engineering students in there, so they'll bring up whatever may be relevant to that topic for their major.
Yep. And they don't often, or they don't mention healthcare facilities management as a potential track.
Not too much, no.
No. So what do you, and this may be an unfair question. If it's unfair, you can say, I don't have an answer for you. But what do you, like, is there anything that you hope to gain from this summer experience? So right now we're recording this, it's June 12th. So Aiden started the 5th of June. When do you work through? When's your last day?
I think like end of August, sort of.
End of August.
Something like that.
Is there anything you hope to gain out of the experience, or are you just trying to take in as much as you can? And
definitely at first I said it was to like learn as much as possible, but specifically I think I want to gain as many perspectives as possible, so in future design work I can take into consideration whoever may be repairing it, how they might be misusing whatever product I design, any, I guess, outside variables that I wouldn't normally consider.
Yeah. So practical real world experience that you can use. What do you have a career that you'd like to, that you're thinking of at this point, or what are your thoughts on that?
I'm not really entirely sure. I definitely, I'm kind of thinking a little, at least right now, probably going to change at some point, but maybe military or military contracting, something like that.
Nice.
But I guess that's the whole point of my classes. See what I enjoy.
Right. No, exactly. Exactly. And is it a 4-year program?
That's what they say on the website, but it's never the case for any of my
Really?
peers. Yeah.
What is it? Does it typically go 5? Is it longer?
Yeah, typically 5. That's because I the entry requirements, it requires for a 4-year plan to take like a whole bunch of AP classes in high school. My high school didn't even have half of them, so
Okay.
I didn't really I couldn't get ahead like that.
Okay. So last question, has there been anything intimidating to you as you've started there? And intimidating could take a couple of different ways. Intimidating, meaning, oh man, I didn't know that, or scary, intimidating, or just then anything that's been intimidating or revelatory for you.
I guess not yet. It's not over yet.
That's right. You're a week in.
Yeah, but when I was on the fire watch, walking around every now and then, someone would come up to me with some issue because if they saw I worked for in the engineering, and I wouldn't know how to answer their question. So I just run and go get someone who did. So
that's
I don't know if that answers your question.
That's a great skill to have, because no matter where you are in your career, you're not going to always know the answers. So you get the question to them, and you'll be doing that your whole career, I'm sure, because everybody has to. So even that is a great skill to develop, at this age. So Aiden, I appreciate you sitting with me. If you're willing, would love to have you back on at the end to talk about lessons learned. Is there anything that we didn't cover, or anything I didn't ask you about that you'd like to bring up as you just start? You're a 1-week veteran.
Not that I can think of. I don't think I have any questions for you.
Excellent. Well, can I hey Robert, while you're there. So Robert's right off screen. Robert, could you come on for a sec?
Sure.
So just a quick question. So I know, Robert, that you have always been kind of a mentor, and you've taken people like Aiden, younger kids, and tried to show them the ropes and get them exposed to healthcare facilities management. And you've done that for most of your career. We probably need more people like you who do that. What would you tell a person who hasn't done that, who's in your role? They're presently a director and they're considering, bringing on an intern, and we know what some of those challenges are to get them on. So I'm not talking about process related, but I'm talking about somebody who, they're afraid to kind of take that step to bring that intern in. What would you tell that healthcare professional about the rewards and the benefits of opening the doors to, a student like Aiden and bringing them in and showing them healthcare facilities management?
Well, whether it's an intern from a professional side or even from the trades, I've done this throughout my career, whether it's in a unionized shop and bringing on apprentices. It pays off in the long run. Yes, it might be hard in the short term. You might have to explain a little bit more. His first day, we actually had a conversation with California Department of Public Health. And at the end of it, he goes, I have no idea what you just said to them. You guys were talking about all these acronyms.
Yeah.
But
it's an acronym business, Aiden.
you have to look at it. It's an investment in the future. It might be tough right now, but it pays off in the long run. Yeah. Because if not, then all you're doing is you're walking away and the organization is left at a disadvantage. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Aiden, Robert, I appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you so much. And let's check back in. In August if you guys are willing.
If you're still here.
I know. Aiden, if you're not there, give me a call and we can do a digging up the dirt on Robert Hacker. Just joking. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Aiden, pleasure to meet you. Robert, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's Peter Martin for the Healthcare Facilities Network. Thank you for watching, and we will be back with another episode shortly. Have a wonderful day.